the guitar thing recorded?
Yeah, well we were
Okay,
talking.
so-
Now, people, we were talking a little bit about teachers.
Yeah. Do you want me to give you my analogy, my metaphor?
Want you? I'm dying for you to give me that. We do a little bit of teaching. We try to not do too much teaching on Bible Study from the Garage, but a little bit of teaching.
So this will be a snippet. We'll make a little a vignette on this. So this is my idea.
I'm ready.
A free form idea I came up with, right? And that religion is a lot like learning how to play guitar. I
tried to learn how to play the guitar. It was not good. The people in the dorm.
You'd be a great example.
Okay.
You'd be a great example.
I'll listen.
Ultimately, you go to seminary, you straighten this stuff out.
Well, it was at seminary where I tried to learn.
Oh, foolish child. Okay, so the idea would be you could go get a guitar, right? You can get a book, you can get videos. There's lots of ways to do remote learning now and all this kind of stuff. But a lot of people just try to teach themselves. And when you teach themselves, what do you get, right? From guitar, a lot of bad habits.
Lots of bad habits.
Poor technique, right?
Yeah.
And then ultimately, if you can afford an instructor, right, they can correct all these bad habits. But wouldn't it be better just to not have those bad habits from the beginning anyway?
It's a lot to unlearn.
So you need, right? So who's the guitar teacher you need in this metaphor? Is you need Jesus as your guitar teacher, right? So what you need to be careful of is all the false people, the bad instructors, or even trying to self-learn it.
Oh.
So you're trying to get the truth. You're trying to get to the truth, right? And so it's a lot like learning how to play guitar. You could try to teach yourself, but what you really should be doing is practicing and learning from somebody who already knows how to do it, so you don't develop a lot of bad habits. And what we have now is
guitar teacher Jesus. I like this. I would have learned guitar from Jesus. I'm sure he could have taught me. Because Jim Posey, he really tried. He put a lot of time into me. Put a lot of time, and he would just play. He would play, and then he would be like, just make your fingers do this. I'm like, I can't make my fingers do that. It was terrible.
I can't do it, man.
No, I mean, it was like, and he's like, yeah, just do what I do. He'd just play. I
don't mean to say that teaching yourself and getting bad habits is equal to various denominations, but it is in a lot of ways. So you can make an analogy.
Yeah.
Of this denomination teaches this, and another denomination teaches something completely the opposite of that, yet they both say they're Christians.
Right.
It becomes very complicated. So the frustration that we have is that, people don't want to participate in religion, or they don't want to come to church because they're bombarded with this superficial stuff. And what they really want to get to is the melody of the whole thing. They want to get to what resonates.
Great image. What resonates,
in
the melody.
Their heart.
Oh man, it's resonating.
So don't worry about
right now.
the rightness and the wrongness and people who have righteous indignation and are judging you or whatever. Just take a chance to grow spiritually and not worry too much about it, but recognize that you could develop bad habits, that you could maybe have some bad technique, and explore and be open and look for people that are open as well to help guide you, as opposed to, trying to rely on your own or whatever, and then seek out Jesus as your guitar teacher. And then you'll play the best music ever.
That is really good.
Well, there
that
it is.
That is really good. I hope you learned something from that. I don't know if I'm right. We got a lot of tips and techniques. We didn't study the Bible this time at Bible Study from the Garage, but I think we should thank them for joining us.
Well, thank you for joining us in the garage for another vignette of Bible Study from the Garage. I don't know what else to call it.
That's another word for lesson.
A lesson? Okay. I don't have to use fancy French words.
But you can. But you can.
But I can.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
God bless.